Carbon reporting requires the measurement of 7 greenhouse gases that contribute to climate change. Greenhouse gases are usually converted into CO2 equivalents, which is why this measurement is relevant to carbon reporting. Carbon reporting is generally in one of the multiple regulatory reporting frameworks. As an example, in Europe, the Corporate Sustainability Reporting Directive, or CSRD, is the obligatory European standard for many large corporations. What most reporting frameworks have in common is the way that they organise carbon reporting. They are called scopes. Scope 1 is all the greenhouse gases that are emitted directly by a company or organisation through its activities. For example, a manufacturing organisation will have emissions from their factories or vehicles that transport their goods. Scope 2 includes indirect emissions related to running the business. For example, electricity provided by a supplier to heat office buildings. Scope 3 is where an organisation must measure all the emissions associated with their activity. This includes all the supply chain activities required to produce goods or services. It covers the entire life cycle of goods, from the transportation of products all the way down to waste and recycling. The data required for measurement will come from different systems, such as ERPs, HR systems, or CRMs, and a lot of the data will be external to an organisation. Let's look at how Denodo can be used to support organisations through a carbon reporting cockpit, providing visibility into their greenhouse gases that contribute to the environment. For this demonstration, we will show how to obtain a complete view of carbon emissions across employees and suppliers. The emissions will include data for travel to and from work, business travel, and electricity consumption at offices. This emissions data is stored in 3 separate systems. We will show you how easily you can bring data together to obtain a consolidated view of these environmental sustainability metrics and visualize via a dashboard. In the data catalogue, data is tagged and categorized for easy search, and data is recommended based on your role and usage. Let's search for CO2. We are provided with all the results and see that there is employee trip data that will be a source for our carbon reporting. This shows us data for an employee's CO2 consumption per business trip and other metadata relating to this view, including where the data is being sourced via the Data Lineage tab. Employee information is coming from a table in SQL Server. The estimated carbon cost comes from SQL Server combined with Excel data. This provides the estimated per kilometre impact for the chosen trip. Now we can query the data. In the Query tab, we are interested in seeing a by employee set of data, so we will choose first name, last name, and the total CO2. We can then use the filter wizard to specifically look into a specific office. I can also use the Assisted Query tab for natural language query input. Here, we can write questions like, which office has the highest CO2? And Denodo integrates with a large language model to transform that question into a SQL statement with an explanation of the result. This works with multiple languages. A business user can visualize the data through applications they use internally. In this example, a visualization tool like Power BI. Through pre-configured security rules in the Denodo platform, we can only see 3 offices, Geneva, Paris, and Brussels, through a security restriction implemented in Denodo. Using the Denodo Design Studio, we can work with diverse data sources, including different formats and external data sources. Here, we are connecting to a Parquet file to get the electricity consumption for a specific office. Denodo automatically interprets the very technical Parquet format and turns it into something which is recognizable to any business user. Denodo supports over 200 data sources, including CSV and Excel files, as shown in this demo. To access external data, like from a railway service, we can use an API, and the data will be returned in JSON format. Denodo will interpret the JSON data and build a view that preserves that structure. If we execute this view, Denodo is going to call the API and return the data in the same structure. JSON data can be easily transformed to match other data in your business model. We will create a view that combines data from the different suppliers. There are two suppliers here, ABC Airways, which is in a CSV format, and Acme Railways, which is in Excel. We also have the railway data to add that data into our model. The mapping is automatically managed as we did a transformation step beforehand. We can now check if our data has been updated by going back to Power BI and refreshing the dashboard. The new supplier data has been added, and the only step required in Power BI was to refresh the data. Denodo's fine-grained, role-based access control makes it easy to apply and manage security policies. Sensitive data can be masked or filtered from view. Tags are useful to group common sets of data that align to a single global security policy in Denodo. In this example, all text with sensitive data will be replaced with asterisks. Numbers will be replaced with 0 and dates made less precise. When you refresh the data in Power BI, you will see that the data will be masked. Through this centralized control, only users with the correct authorization can access the data they need for their roles, ensuring data privacy and security rules are followed. In this demo, we showed how Denodo enables fast, easy, and secure data access and consolidation to support the data needs for use cases like regulatory compliance and reporting. Denodo provides a solid data foundation to measure and monitor key regulatory metrics that help make business decisions on how to minimize a company's environmental footprint.